Stock transfer transactions are used to enter the movement of items from one warehouse to another, with the ability to maintain shipping information and prorate additional costs of transfer across all the items, with accounting for ledger, for these costs, or for the entire transfer by location. One way to start creating a transfer transaction for one or more inventory items is to select them from the inventory module grid, perhaps with the use of the search process, or a filter to locate the required items. Highlight the items of interest, then click the Transfer button to load these items into a new transfer transaction. The other way to create a transfer is from the Inventory top menu and the Inventory Transfers selection. This brings up a list of previously saved transfers, whether they have been previously posted or are still in progress. From here, the plus toolbar button can be clicked to open the transfer transaction window, and items can be entered individually. Either method will allow you to create the same transfer. Which method you choose will depend on what you think will be faster, either locating the items in the inventory grid or manually entering them. And the number of items to transfer will also be a factor. Whichever way you choose, all selected items will be grouped together within this transfer in a grid below, with a reference number you can add for identification and a transfer date for reports and accounting. Select the source warehouse from which the items are being transferred from, and the destination warehouse where the items are being sent to. If your company uses location segments for ledger account numbers, you may choose to select a location for both the source and destination to direct the posted values to location-specific accounts. When you use different units of measure to either stock, purchase, or sell items, you can set the default unit of measure when the item is added to the transfer. If you want to specify how the items are to be moved from one warehouse to the other and when, the Carrier section allows you to store this information. And if there are additional costs associated with the transfer, either for individual items or a freight charge for all items, these can be entered here. For freight, you are given a choice to prorate the amount across all items as a percentage by quantity, weight, or cost. If the chosen method finds any items with a zero value, an error will appear and the freight will not be added. If you want to add another item to this list, you can click in the blank row within the inventory column to access the item finder, to type or search in the item number. Or if you have UPC codes assigned to items, you can choose to scan the item barcode to insert that item. The warehouse associated with the item record must be the same as the source warehouse value. Otherwise, an error will appear. For each item to transfer, enter the transfer quantity value directly in the grid. If the item supports serial or lot numbers, you should select which numbers are being transferred. The item quantity status for the highlighted row is displayed below the grid to assist you in entering the correct transfer quantity. Some other fields in this grid can also be modified, such as unit cost and selling unit price, though care is required in doing this as adverse effects could result. If either transfer markup percentage or freight amounts are included, this will increase the transfer total cost for the destination. You can include memo text on any item if you wish to enter a reason for the transfer or any other comment. And there is a notes box at the bottom if you require a comment related to the entire transfer in general. And you can print reports for this transaction, such as a list of items transferred as a report or a form. Once all the items have been updated with the required values, you can choose to save the transfer prior to posting, in case any further verification is necessary, or any reports must be printed and authorized. This assigns the next transfer number from company settings to this transaction, that you can see on the transfer list screen for future editing or deleting. Saving a transfer also sets the quantity as committed on the items and removes that quantity as available. When the stock has been moved to the new warehouse location, click the Receive button to have the transfer update the item quantities and costs at both warehouses, and accounting if a markup or freight amount was included, or location accounting used. Even after posting, the transfer listing report is available to print the transaction details. Posted transfers debit the inventory control ledger account and credit the accrued freight or transfer markup account. You can also inquire about transfers when editing an inventory item record and looking at either the Movement or Receipts tabs, including using the Open Related button to view the posted adjustment transaction. If you would like more information about Spire accounting, access the link in the description below to our homepage. Read the online manual help for additional assistance. Watch more videos from this playlist, and subscribe to the Spire YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.